Hi, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Jeffries, and today we're going to be working on how to identify the plot in a story. When we identify the plot in the story, we are thinking about how you can describe the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. When we are trying to identify the beginning of the story, we're trying to find out who are the characters and where does the story take place or the setting. In the middle, we're trying to figure out what is happening to those characters or what is the problem that's going on with those characters. Then, when we want to wrap it all up, we're looking at the end of the story, and that's really where we identify how the problem gets solved. To help us learn this strategy, we are going to read the story, The Three Little Pigs, which I'm sure you've heard before. This is the story, The Three Little Pigs, written by Elise Sweeney. Once upon a time, there lived three little pigs. One day, the pigs left home. It was their time to build homes of their own. The first little pig built a straw house. When he was done, he sat down to eat lunch. He happily slurped and chewed until suddenly he heard a knock on the door. It was a wolf. Little pig, let me come in, the wolf said. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, said the little pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, growled the wolf. The wolf huffed and puffed and puffed and huffed and blew the house in. Whoosh! The house became a haystack. The little pig ran to his brother's house. The second little pig built his house out of sticks. The first little pig told his brother about the wolf. Sticks are stronger than straw, said the second little pig, unafraid. That's when they heard a knock on the door. Little pigs, let me come in, said the wolf. Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chins, answered the little pigs. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, growled the wolf. The wolf huffed and puffed and puffed and huffed and blew the house in. The little pigs ran all the way to their brother's house. The third little pig built a brick house. He was baking pies when his brother burst in, crying about the wolf. Let's see the wolf blow down this house, said the little pig. Knock, knock, knock. The three little pigs looked at the door. Little pigs, let me come in, yelled the wolf. Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chin, shouted the little pigs. And I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, growled the wolf. The wolf huffed and puffed and puffed and huffed and fell over. The wolf lay on the ground out of breath. The three little pigs lived happily ever after, baking pies in the strong brick house. Now that we're done reading our story, we're going to look at how we can put our plot together. Remember, we're going to be identifying the beginning, the middle, and end. Do you remember how we identify the beginning? That's right. We use the beginning and we identify the characters. Who are the characters in our story? The characters in our story are right, you're right, are the three little pigs. I'm going to write that here. Next, in the beginning, we have to try to also identify the setting or where the story takes place. This one's a tricky one because there isn't just one place that the story takes place. Can you think of one place that it did? Right. The setting is taking place at all three little pigs' house. I'm going to write that here. Next, we're going to say or summarize what happened in the beginning. In the beginning, the three little pigs built all their houses out of different materials. Now we're going to look at the beginning. If you remember back, what did I say that the beginning was? Or the middle was, excuse me. Right. The middle is where we identify the problem. What is the problem in this story? That's right. The problem is that the big bad wolf kept trying to blow the two little pigs' houses down, right? Now we're going to talk about the end. That's how the problem got solved. How did the problem get solved? That's right. The two little pigs ran to their brother's house, and the wolf could not blow down the brick house. And the wolf, they lived happily ever after. So now we have identified the plot of the story, The Three Little Pigs. What I want you to do now is I want you to go to storylineonline.org and listen to a story of your choosing. Once you do that, I want you to see if you can write down on a piece of paper the beginning, middle, and end to identify the plot in the story.